Esports is going to be huge, and I think it's going to be bigger than any sport that we have right now. Esports is gigantic. I'm going to throw up some images of some numbers for you to check out. You can see the year-over-year growth. This is not normal. This doesn't happen every day. I think it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and I'm going to give you a few reasons why. The first thing is, and this is kind of my main point, is that it's so accessible to many people. So let's compare esports to soccer for a minute. Why is soccer so popular? The same reason. It's so accessible. You don't even need the ball to be pumped up all the way. You don't even really need a ball. You can kind of get a pile of trash and kind of just compact it together, maybe tape it a little bit, and yeah, you got a ball and you're good. All you need is just a few things to get going. Now, obviously, it's a really popular sport. There's a lot to it, but the initial rules to get started are pretty easy to get into. It's easily accessible. And that's the same for esports as well. Most of the world these days has access to internet and electricity. League of Legends, you can run this thing on a potato, right? Overwatch, yeah, you need a better computer for that. Most of the world has access to it. Most of the world can jump into it. The rules are easy. For Overwatch, right? You capture the objective and you play your hero to its role, and yeah, it's easy to understand. Now, there's all sorts of nuance to it. There's lots of details that you have to kind of go into, lots of stuff to figure out so that you know what the heck's going on, right? I specifically want to talk about one major point that's really interesting and where esports definitely diverges from regular sports. And that is through an example of, we're going to keep on this Overwatch League tangent for a minute. The player Gregory, female Overwatch League player of the Shanghai Dragons. Now, she's definitely not the first girl or woman in esports, but she is a very noticeable one right now with the success of Overwatch League. Now, their team did finish last, but the important thing is to note it wasn't because of their players all being trash. She's an excellent player. She deserves to be in the league, and if she wasn't on the Shanghai Dragons, she might be on another team. And if not, she's definitely going to be on a contender team. So she's here not as a token woman, not to try and drag in, some more female viewers. No. This girl can play the game, and she's really good. But here's the thing with sports. We have to have these two separate leagues. There's the women's league and there's the men's league. And the difference between those leagues is vast. For example, the highest paid women's soccer player, or football, as my friends in Europe like to call it, the highest paid women's soccer player is Marta Vieira, and she makes $400,000 a year. The highest paid male soccer player is Lionel Messi, where the internet has told me that he made $111 million, including his endorsements and his salary, within the last year. That's 277 times the amount that Marta Vieira makes. That's a big difference. And this is how it is in all sports. There's big gulfs in pay and viewership and things like that. Now, esports comes in. We don't need two leagues. We only need one league, and it's an equal playing field. There's other aspects of the accessibility as well. As far as age, teenagers, seniors can all game. Whereas it's not always very easy for elderly people to play sports still. 20 years from now, we'll still have gamers playing. 40, 50 years from now, I will be gaming hardcore in my retirement. With that said, esports can be huge. We've got elderly people. We can include women and men into the same leagues. It's something it's a lifetime sport, much like golf, bowling that you see that a lot of elderly people do now. Yeah, it's gonna keep growing. It's going. Do you think that esports could potentially be bigger than even football, aka American soccer? If you think that's wrong, tell me why. Interested to see what you think. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.